So is local trucking really as bad as some people say it is? Well, the short answer to that is it can be, 100%. But a lot of it depends on who it is that you're working for or what it is that you're doing. And today I want to go over 3 things you should consider if you're thinking about getting off the road and getting a local job. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is home time. You might not get the home time you think you're going to get right off the bat. You might have to work weekends, or you might have to work nights. You'll probably have to go in on holidays. And like in this area where I'm from, there's a lot of agriculture hauling trucking companies. And the thing about when you go ag exempt is that there is no rules for hours of service. I mean, you don't even have to take a 30-minute break throughout the day. So what a lot of these companies will do is try to pressure you into pulling extra loads for them. And you'll end up running 18 hours a day or more. And you're only going to be at home for, 6 hours. If you're doing that, I think it's best if you just stay in the truck. Now, not every company is like that. There is a lot of good companies out here. You just got to find them. Some companies will have you do the 70-hour e-log and take a 34-hour reset. So your days off will probably switch. Or you could get with somebody who gives you the weekends off. But when you do that, you might take a pay cut. Which brings me to the next thing I want to talk about is pay. So I think the average pay for truck drivers in this area would have to be between $50,000 a year and $70,000 a year. I do know some guys who make a lot more, and I know some guys who make less. But don't let nobody tell you there's no money to be made in local trucking, because there is. I personally know a fuel hauler who makes just under $8,000 a month, which is really good for this area. And just the other day, I was talking to an OTR guy who makes about $600 a week, which was mind-blowing to me. I would think if you're gonna stay out almost a month at a time, you would have something to show for it. But he's a new driver, so I think here in a few months, when he gets more experience, he'll be able to get himself a better job. Also, the pay structure for local is gonna be different from OTR guys. As far as I know, OTR gets paid by the mile, or I've even heard of some of them getting flat rated. But when you run local, most likely you'll get paid by the hour. You could get overtime, you could get production pay. Some companies pay by the ton, and other companies will pay by a percentage. Like they'll pay 25 to 30% of the load. It's pretty good if the rate on the load is good, but if the rate sucks, then the pay's gonna suck. Now, I prefer to get paid by the hour. I do understand everybody has their own opinion. I probably make more getting paid by the load while we're running, but in trucking, a lot of things do go wrong, and I don't want to just sit around for 2 or 3 hours waiting on the detention pay. I'd rather just get paid from the moment I clock in to the moment I clock out. Now, the third thing to consider if you're thinking about going local is slip seating. I do not like to slip seat. At the company I work for right now, we do a lot of that because it's a lot quicker than swapping trailers 3 or 4 times a day. We'll leave a truck hooked up to a whole different trailer, and I'll pull on the yard and swap out. And when I'm done with that load, I'll get back and swap back to this truck. It does become a hassle, but it is part of the job. And like I said, it's a lot quicker. And some of these other local companies, they'll have somebody run days, somebody run nights. You got to share that truck with them, which is not so bad if they know how to clean up after themselves. So if you're thinking about going local, just try it out. It don't hurt to ask questions, and it does not hurt to try it for a couple months and see if you like it. You might love it or you might hate it, but you won't know until you try it. So, and as far as making money, you can still make money. The money is there, but you got to do your research on what it is that you want to haul and who it is that you want to work for. But yeah, guys, that'll be it for this video. Like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave me a comment, and I will get back to y'all. I'll see y'all later.